Welcome to the Sangha Market Buyer's Guide. We're going to walk through the steps of making a purchase on the site. The first step is to register a new account. When we click the register button, we're taken to this very long and intimidating form. Fortunately, only the items labeled in blue are required to get started on the site. We enter in an email address, making sure to choose an email that we'll have access to so that we can get information later. Scrolling down a little bit here, we see the field to choose a username and password. It's important to keep track of your password, so it might be a good idea to write it down. Now we click the button to accept the terms of use, and we submit our registration. It's that easy. Now to get started shopping, we click on the Home button, and we log into our new account. We enter our username and password, and we press the Login button. This will take us to the My Account screen, which is a great place to find information on items you may have recently bid on or purchased. It's time to start shopping. Pressing the Home button takes us back to the front page, where we can see a selection of items on the right, which we can browse through by photos, or, if we don't see something we like, we can choose a category on the left. Here in Plants and Edibles, we find our Buyer's Guide Test Auction. Clicking through on an item takes us to the Auction Detail page. Here we find pictures and a description of the item we're considering buying. It's very important to read the description box carefully, as this is where sellers will often indicate what percentage of the final purchase price goes to Living Compassion. Scrolling down a little bit, we see the minimum bid and buy now price. Notice here the minimum bid and the buy now price are both $20. Setting these to the same value is a way that sellers often indicate they want to sell an item for a fixed price. So we select Buy Now. Confirming that we want to buy this item for the price listed. We come to a page that lets us know our Buy Now has been accepted and advises us to contact the seller to complete the transaction. Before we contact the seller, it's a good idea to head back to the auction detail page and make sure we've noted down the listing ID number. We should include this number when we contact the seller, and it will be necessary for the donation page later. Heading over to our email inbox, we see that we've received an email congratulating us on our purchase, and this email includes both the seller's email address and a link to the item we've just purchased. So we email the seller. This email exchange is a good opportunity to nail down any information we need to finish the transaction. For example, in this case, the seller forgot to include the information about what percentage of the purchase price should be donated to Living Compassion. So we ask for that to be cleared up, and we send our message. Our next step is to make our donation. Pressing the Donate button takes us to the Secure Donation form. We enter our name and the amount to be donated. Here, because the seller was very generous and chose 100% donation, we enter $20. If only 50% were to be donated, we would enter $10 instead. We enter our listing ID number and scroll down to enter our payment information. After we've entered the payment information, we navigate the CAPTCHA. The CAPTCHA is a simple device designed to prevent people from submitting spurious donations. Simply enter the letters and numbers that you see in the image above. Down a little bit more, we find the Submit button. Once we've submitted our donation, our next step is to head over to our email inbox and look for our Living Compassion donation confirmation email. We forward this email to the seller's email address in order to show that we have made our donation. From there, our next step is to pay any remaining amount to the seller and then wait for our item to be shipped.